There is an old gentleman. There is a gentleman who recorded something lately, and it was posted on Facebook. His name is just a second. Let me check it. His name is Max Adrian Max, something like that. He will be telling you things about if women should be fighting for a man. Of course, women shouldn't be fighting for a man. I never fought for a man. I've loved, but I've loved once very much. But when my emotions were repeatedly hurt, my honest, deep, profound, very profound emotions were hurt repeatedly, I gave to this person I've loved very much a reason to leave. I just gave him a reason to leave. I met somebody else because he was hurting my emotions, because he was profoundly hurting my emotions. I've loved very much. I loved him the most, but he was loving me like tomorrow never comes. Loving me like tomorrow never comes. Traveling continents to see me. But then he was telling me he cannot love, and then he was not sending emails, and I didn't know what's going on. And I was totally. Then he was telling me that he cannot love. And then loving me like tomorrow never comes, and then again the same words. And traveling continents to see me? Traveling continents to see me? To love me like tomorrow never comes? And then leaving me with the words, but I cannot love. And then, so, he was playing my emotions. I gave him a reason to leave me instead of playing with my emotions. But you never beg men to stay with you, because it will never work. So I agree with this old gentleman. I agree with him that you never beg a man to stay with you. And I'm like that if a man hurts me and if he doesn't prove me he loves me, just give you the reason to leave. And that's because it will never work if he doesn't really love you. So he's absolutely right in that. But he highly overestimated the meaning of a man and the fact that the man exists. Like in kind of common environment, they exist. Well, I made a comment to this record, and my comment is, and I will also publish this movie to comment of his records. I made a comment to the record of the man who is telling about not fighting for a man. For what is the right thing? You don't fight for a man, but you also shouldn't be playing games and being nasty to a man. You should be honest. You should be a lady, and man should be a gentleman, if possible. But of course, many people don't consider this rule. The very majority, the 99.9% don't consider the rule of being a lady and being a gentleman. Because if they were considering the rule of being a man with a big M and lady with a big L, if they're considering being a real man, a real woman, a real lady, a real gentleman, they'd consider the truth about the trafficked children, organs, animals, that it's highly inappropriate to rape the cows, to take away the babies, and they could consider their honesty and justice. If they were a real man, a real woman, they'd consider their honesty and moral class. So I left him a comment to this man. But a moment, is a man something worth to ever be with? Or in the very majority, 99.75% of the cases, a primitive, lying, honorless asshole, and an insecure, cowardly prick. So as the rulers, as the Tadam Swedes, the top degree Freemasonry sons. Old man, I think you highly overestimated the meaning of a man, and I can prove it to you, but you are too small to ever confront my story. Now listen to this record. The man is talking about a man, a woman. But I am talking where they are, the men, the women. I know there are very little % of the activists for children and animals' rights. Both children and animals' rights. The activists for the truth about both children and animals. The helpless, the voiceless. But we are talking about women fighting for men, men fighting for women. Show me where the real men, real women are. Now listen to this record.
Here's the truth, ladies. Being pretty doesn't keep a man. Being honest doesn't keep a man. Being loyal doesn't keep a man. Treating a man good doesn't keep a man. Being there for a man doesn't keep a man. Caring about a man doesn't keep a man. Making an effort doesn't keep a man. Paying attention to a man doesn't keep a man. Spending time with a man doesn't keep a man. You could have the best intentions, you could have the most sincere feelings, and you could be a good woman, and you still wouldn't be able to keep a man. Because the only way to keep a man is if that man wants to be kept by you. You can't force a man to be with you. You can't beg a man to stay with you. You can't love a man to loving you. With a man you could tell he wants to be kept when the relationship gets hard, and he does everything to fight for you. Because a man only fights for a girl he wants to belong to. So if he isn't fighting for you when things get hard, then that means he doesn't want to be kept by you anymore. The morale of this: don't hold on to a man who doesn't want to be kept by you. No, you're not giving up on him. It's him who gave up on you. And it's you who should waste any more of your time than you already have. Know when it's time to let go. Know when it's time to walk away. And know when it's time for him to...
Okay, so here you have these records. And I agree with this man. You never fight for a man. As a woman, as a woman with imagination, she doesn't ever have to fight for a man. Never. My history is real. Seems like strange what I experienced. But I was never fighting in my life for a man. Never. And I'm never fighting for a man. Once I was truly in love, like I was happy with a person, but he was playing with my emotions. I gave him a reason to leave. I gave him a reason to leave me. Traveled the continents to see me, but then playing with my emotions, telling different things, and telling me that his superiors could say that I'd be an enemy, I'd be having relation with him for money or information. That was shocking. That was shocking. So I actually gave him a reason to leave. I met somebody else. Not to take revenge, but just because I tried to release myself. I tried to release myself from the feeling somebody plays with my emotions, and this is brutal, this is egoistic, this is egocentric. Somebody plays with my very honest emotions. Somebody plays games with my heart, and I was military intelligence person. To this day, I don't know, was he traveling the world, all these countries, traveling through continents to see me, just because he was picking up these call girls for the military bimbos? Military comment, traveling the world and having one romance here, one romance there? So, was he traveling the world and picking up the bimbos for, triggering with the psyops, the bimbos for military perverts and the government perverts? Or was he a victim? My story is outstanding, but there was not enough men in the music industry, in my record label, in the Ryan Rothschild, who was spamming me after my recording contract, telling me that he's the banker, he's my 100% owner, and I'm his 100% slave. But there was no real men with the big M, no real women in the big W in the music industry to confront my story in public. They told me, the record label agents, you have to forget your past, you have to forget your story. Why should I forget my story? I was told that I'm target of Stasi mind control operations. Was one of these mind control operations to leave me in a trauma and unable to trust any man? Did you think that what will come from that, I will be the prostitute for this sick and disgusting rotten bimbos in Freemasonry, in all these cults? You thought that if you make me disappointed enough and poor enough, struggling for my salaries, having my salaries repeatedly blocked in different countries, you thought that if you block my salaries in different countries, I will be broken and horrified enough to become a prostitute for these rotten, funny, disgraceful bimbos like this chauvinistic club of the Freemasonry and the other Jesuit Dadam-ites who control the media? They couldn't confront even my story in public. What was the trauma and psyop and the horror that followed my relation with military intelligence officer, American Marine military intelligence officer? You couldn't confront my story in public. Was he meant to pick up these call girls in different five-star hotels, these performers, singers like me, in the five-star hotels, to select them, to involve them in a romance, to break their hearts so they will become the primitive, rotten, funny bimbos, so like you, per Tadam verse in the Tadam Sunri and other clubs, chauvinistic clubs? I lately met a Freemason. He was so excited, he was so excited about himself. He said to me, beginning of the conversation, I'm Freemason. Do you understand this? He thought that I'm one of the idiots who will say, oh, I know all these charities you do. Yes, these charities you do. But I'm not this stupid. I know the lectures by Professor Walter Veith about the inner circle and outer circle of the secret societies. Inner circle for the initiated and outer circle for the goyims, cattle, as they call people, everyday people who are not getting interested in their stories. So he thought that I would say, oh yes, you Freemasons, you do these charities. No, I'm not that stupid. I said to him, oh yes, I expose, many years of my life I exposed child trafficking, ritual abuse, psychological operations. Also, I promote animals' rights. I know that you have these rituals, yes, you have these rituals that you have, they pop up to the surface. And he admitted, yes, we have rituals, yes, there are rituals. He said, there are rituals. And then I said, and you are quite chauvinistic club, right? You are quite chauvinistic club. And he said, yes, you're right. To the end of this conversation, this man was like ashamed to look in my eyes. When I mentioned that I know about these rituals and that I know about the chauvinistic club, to the end of the conversation, he was ashamed to look in my eyes, because he thought that I'm one of the goyim who knows only about the charities of the Freemasons when they try to prove to everybody how gorgeous they are, but that I don't know about the rituals and the pedophilia mentioned by Bill Schnulleben, exposed in my channel, Rumble channel. So, a man, old man who recorded this video about women not fighting for a man. You're right. Women shouldn't be fighting for a man. Either he loves you enough or he doesn't love you. Either he loves you or he doesn't love you. That's it. That's it. Women shouldn't be fighting ever for a man. As I never did. And even to the person that I dearly loved, I gave him a reason to leave me. I met another man. For a little moment only, but I met another man to give him a reason to leave me, because I couldn't accept the games with my emotions and heart. Because this couldn't work, playing with my heart and emotions. So, later on, I could feel like deep remorses in my heart, because I said, well, maybe he played with my heart because they were playing with him. You know, this military psyops operations, he was in military intelligence, that you have to go through a lot of this crap and this shame and this disgrace to go into a level of military. So as his level. So I was thinking, or maybe they played with him. That's why he was playing with my heart. And I felt very, very horrible about it, because I was there. Later on I got to know that they were about these initiations. You know, Kay Griggs, this famous 4 hours interview with Kay Griggs, exposing Henry Kissinger, the Nobel Peace Prize winner, who was Ray Tadam Ping, the young privates in Cambodia, in the military field, Cambodia. Kay Griggs exposed Henry Kissinger. She exposed the military psychological operations, the initiations of the young Marines. That person I used to love was Marine. Like they put the young Marine in, they drink the military command, and you know, there is military command, and they drink, they do drugs, they put the young Marine into the coffin, pretty men, they rape him from all the directions, oral and anal and all stuff, and then they say, now you are in our club. Now you are in our secret societies. Now this is our secret, and that keeps us together. Now you are in our homosexual club, because, you know, after all, we are all rotten. We are all perverts. Are we? Are we all rotten perverts? Maybe the perverted nature is not the one that is dominating in us. And we can be all sensual. We are all sensual. When you go to a party, when you go to an event, you don't take the dirty trousers from your washing machine to pop up in an elegant place. You try to look nice. You try to dress up nice. When you go in public, you try to dress up nice, somehow aesthetic. You try at least a bit. You try to look attractive, and we are all sensual in some manner, but we don't have to be over-sexualized. Like all the clubs in the Hollywood, you know, these perverts controlled, you know, these sex slaves controlled by the Je Tadam Zu Tadam. It's military orders and military Ashkenazi and Jew Tadam satanic crap. So like Rihanna confirmed that she worships the devil, the Satan, devil. So like Gaga is performing drinking human's blood and pouring the red blood on her white suit. So as Kate Perry confirms that she sold her soul to the devil. What does it mean? It means they are prostitutes. You are too naive to understand it? You are too naive still? Little childish, naive? You are too naive to understand it? What does it mean to sell your soul to the devil? It means to sell your honesty. It means to sell your dignity. It means to sell your class, moral class, character, for money and fortune, for fortune and fame. You're still naive to take it when you listen to your celebrities, to your idols? You still don't take it because you're too naive to understand what does it mean, I sold my soul to the devil, as she says? That's what it means. To be a bimbo, prostituted bimbo. and to be sold out, to be sell out, to sell your honesty, and then they will control your life, will make you prostitute, will assault you sexually, electronically assault you, because there's of course electronic assault equipment, and if you have no clue about it because you didn't educate yourself, then you have the movie Electronic Harassment, Silent Rape, Sleep Deprivation in my Rumble channel. So this old man says the truth. You never fight for a man. If you needed to fight for him, to prove to him that you love him and so on, fight for him, this couldn't work. Either he wants you or he doesn't want you. The same way with a woman. The same, but he didn't mention the same thing. You men, you never fight like hopelessly for a woman. Because if you fight for her hopelessly and she doesn't give you chances, and she's not giving you an open door, she's not giving you a slightly open door, she's not giving you any possibilities, chances to get her, to meet her, and you do it for so long, and it means that she doesn't want to be with you. The same way both sides. It's not one side, old gentleman. It's not one side, old gentleman. It's worked both sides, and you suggest that only man is choosing the partner, and you are a bit wrong, because woman also is choosing, and either she gives you a chance or she doesn't give you a chance. Either she wants you or she doesn't give you a spark of a chance that she wants to be with you, because for example she sees you weak, because for example she sees you don't have character, or she doesn't have this personal attraction, and it can happen many times that she doesn't have this special attraction. And in my case, I don't find many, I don't really believe in a strong man with character strong as mine on this planet, and honesty strong as mine on this planet. There are these exceptions, and my congratulations to these vegan activists and vegan and children rights activists, but it doesn't mean that I could be attracted personally to a vegan activist. I can congratulate his job, that he's making nice records as a vegan activist or activist for children rights, but it doesn't mean that I want to be with him personally. So you know, this is different aspects of why we want to be with somebody or why we don't want to be with somebody. Still, if we talk about the man, and you tell that men means so much and their decision means so much, old gentlemen, remember that the men in the history shamed themselves to the point that it's hard to even express. The Frimei Tadam Sons, the Je Tadam Zuits, the military orders, they shamed themselves and their honor to the point we cannot even express. So remember about that, old gentleman. When you talk about the man making choice, first try to talk about what is being the man. The definition of the word, the man. First, you older gentleman, tell me the definition of being a man, because in my opinion, the definition of being a real man is to protect the voiceless, is to protect the creatures, the little, at least with the word, protect the creatures who don't have a chance to call for help, to protect the trafficked children against the organs harvesting, child trafficking by the secret cults, the animals from the abuse, rape and torture. And now, if so, first, before you tell about what the man is choosing, what the man is choosing, tell me, old man, where is the man? Where is the man? Where is he? Because I see this object like a real man. Sometimes, somewhere, the activists who speak for children and for animals' rights. Not just for children, not just for animals, for children and animals' rights. Real man, real woman, not a bimbo, but a real man and a real woman should be speaking for both. For the animals and for the children, for animals. For all the voiceless. Should be a true voice for truth, for justice, should have an honor, character, to be dignified and to be in a good moral stand. And we have like 99.7, 99.9% of the bimbos, of these flimsy bimbos, who will never speak the truth. Because of their weaknesses, they will always allow to continue the crime, the filthiness, the deprivation, the perversion. So it's cow's insemination. Cow's insemination of every cup of your coffee with milk. The cow's rape, cow's insemination, taking away the babies from the cows in every cup of your coffee. You are the man? You couldn't even confront my honest voice in public. You were too small in a Hollywood and in this Nautilus Records, who told me, Nina Daczkowski-Ennis in Nautilus Records, she told me, forget my past, to forget my past, not to share my thoughts and feelings with family and friends, put down my group children, be safe for time being. And if she was declared to be Christian, what kind of rotten Christianity, fake Christianity was giving her law to tell me to forget my past, to forget my story, to forget my past, and to close my group children, be safe, not to share my true thoughts and opinions with family and friends. What a rotten kind of fake, ignorant, twisted Christianity was letting her to give me such a comments. This is absolutely disgraceful. It's absolutely disgraceful to, and I put it into the case to the police, and I don't know if they will react. I don't know if they will react at all, because there is not enough men. Because there is not enough men. There's mostly the people flimsy, just just protect the interests of the powerful. Ryan Rothschild, who told me in Facebook, my Facebook account, under my posts, there were comments from the channel of Ryan Rothschild, who told me, why don't you want to promote Israel? I told him I want to promote the children and animals' rights, this safety, all this innocent, but not a certain political parties, not a parties. And he said to me, he started to offend me, he tried to break me and diminish my work that they sponsored for 3 years. And in the recording contract, he tried to diminish my artistic work, and he said to me, "I'm the banker. I'm 100% owner. You my 100% slave." He may tell he's the banker. He may tell he's the owner. He can shift my life into like a slavery works, like a constant work. If I still want to record music, any music at all, I have to work like a slave, and that's true. That's true, that's fact. If I want to record still any music at all, I have to work hard like a slave. But he can be the owner's slave, as he says, but he's too small, too damn disgraceful small to confront what I lived in my life with the public. Because we didn't have to scream, we didn't have to fight. I could just remember my story, being triggered with the most atrocious psychological operations. Most atrocious primitive psychological operations that for years of my life I didn't know, was I guilty and did I do something cruel, that I hurt a person that I loved dearly, that I hurt him because he was playing the games with my very, 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 very heart. So for years of my life I was maybe he deserved for me to give him a reason to leave. Maybe he deserved that I gave him a reason to leave because I met somebody else, because I tried to free myself from this heartbreaking relation. But maybe he was in trouble. Maybe he was triggered with the psyops. They were blocking his salaries, he said. Then I could hear some crying on the voicemail, crying on my phone. After all, I gave him a reason to leave because, well, he traveled the continents to see me. He loved me like tomorrow never comes, but then he was telling, but I cannot love. And then holding me like he has nobody in the whole world but me, and then, but I cannot love. And then leaving me for a week's time without a message. My world was collapsing. I didn't know where I am. My world I was in horror, I was in torture. Where I am? Is he playing with me like one of these perverts? Like one of these perverts all around the world, this rotten, filthy, disgusting horse. But no, I remember his eyes so tender, and then the crying on the voicemail, the words that they block his salaries, the words he couldn't have children. He couldn't have children. He had vasectomia. He couldn't have children. I couldn't understand what was the truth, what was true, what was fake. Was he in the secret societies? Were they controlling him by the rituals? And I was too strong character, too clear, too strong, too transparent character, and too much danger to the secret society, rotten, filthy, Bro Tadam Del club. So I couldn't know the truth, and that was a trauma, because on the one side he could be the psychological operation most wicked and horrible pervert who was just trying to find these call girls all around, the singers in the 5-star hotels, the performers in the 5-star hotels, to make them the prostitutes for the governors who are traveling and come party with us because he has business journey, Freemasonic business journey. Or he was a victim. Was he a victim of this mind control crap exposed by Kay Griggs, the wife of the colonel for psychological operations, when she exposed Henry Kissinger, Ray Tadamping, the young privates in Cambodia, the Nobel Peace winner, and she exposed the psychological operations in the military, like putting the military command, and people were drunk and doing drugs and giving drinks and drugs to the young Marine, putting him in the coffin and raping him from both top and bottom sides, all directions, raping the young Marine, and telling, now you are in our secret club. We all have this. We all have these perversions. We are all these perverts. Now you are in our secret clubs. Now you get your entry to Freemasonry, because we are all the same chauvinistic perverts. But on the surface, we do the charity. We save the world, In Syria, we'll save the world. The 50,000 children on piles with organs removed in Syria. We save the world. We are the heroes. We save the world. The chauvinistic Freemasonry. And satanic. Sickest and deepest disgrace on the planet. They were just too small. You old gentleman, you tell me about the man. And what the man chooses. The man chooses only. The man chooses only. Only the man, because the man. Show me the man. Show me the man, because it's so hard to see a man in this world. This few little percent of the people telling the truth for the trafficked children and for the animals. Because we are carnivores, and nochel, we are omnivores. Omnivore is the bear. Bear is a typical omnivore. What the omnivore does, the bear omnivore does, he walks 4 feet. He walks to the river and he hunts the fish with his face. You, man, you hunt the fish in the river with your mouth. You hunt the fish and then you tear apart the fish, the chicken, the cow, the horse, the lamb. Tear apart with your nails and with your fingers. With your nails and with your teeth. And you will show me what kind of omnivore you are. You do what omnivore does. Omnivore is the bear. And bear is hunting the fish in the river with his face. With his mouth. Do the same thing and prove me how omnivore you are. You are too small to even confirm your biological nature. You are too small to confirm your biological nature. And you tell me about what the man chooses? First, you tell me the definition of what man is. Because who is controlling the whole male society is the free Tadam Masons and the satanic clubs and these rotten assholes who cannot even confirm their biological nature, who cannot be the voice for the voiceless children trafficked, organs harvesting, for the voiceless victims of the psychological operations, for the animals, no mammals on the planet, imprison, rape and take away babies, and 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 then shoot with a gun the head of the cow like humans do. You tell me man is choosing? Show me the man. Where is the man? Where is the man? Where is the woman? Where is the lady? You turn to all women the lady? You turn to all men gentlemen or something? You show me the lady, the gentleman. You show me the people who are the voice of the truth for the silenced. Because it's hard to see a man. Even if some woman was about to fight for a man, where is the man? Even if some woman was about to fight for a woman, where is the woman? Or are they all sellouts? Hypocritical assholes who cannot be the voice for the voiceless? Only flimsy slide themselves just to comfort their stomach? All animal products we can replace with a healthy vegan diet. In January, I'm 50-year-old vegan woman. All animal products we can replace with a wonderful, gorgeous vegan diet. But the 99.9, percent prefer to rape, torture, continue this ongoing bestiality on animals. They are silent about the truth about the children, about this mafia in the government. Oh, we lately discover a mafia in the government. This is nothing new. This is all rotten truth. It was since always. There was never a government without a mafia. So you tell about woman who is fighting for a man. No woman should be fighting for a man because it either works, it doesn't work. Simple as it is. But a woman is right to fight for the truth. And contradictory to what Nina Dachkowski-Ennis in Nautilus Records said, perhaps the order of the military and the order of the Hollywood sponsors. So she said they are worried with what I expose. They are worried with what I post. They are worried with what I post in my group Children Be Safe. This is a Christianity? To tell somebody she should forget her past? This is a Christianity? To tell somebody not to share her thoughts and feelings with family and friends? This is a Christianity to say to somebody, put down your group, just group Children Be Safe, my group Children Be Safe, not to share my thoughts and feelings with family and friends? This is Christianity? Or this is mockery? This is deep Satanism. Because from the one in charge for lie and murder is the Satan. The one in charge for lie and murder is Satan. The Satan worshippers, the flimsy sellouts, bimbo sellouts. To talk about fighting for a man, you should first tell me the definition of the man. Adrian, old gentleman. You should prove me that the man exists at all. I agree with you. When there is a man, you never fight for him. If he will love you enough, he'll fight for you. But don't be a stupid and egocentric bimbo who is playing with men's emotions and she wants a happy relation. Don't be a stupid, ignorant bimbo, a rotten woman, a demon, not a woman, who is playing with the emotions of the man she loves, instead of respecting child of his mother he is. Because a woman who can truly love, in the relation, what if the man is fighting for woman but she is not loving him truly? What if the man is fighting for the woman, he fights her, but then she never really loves him? You think that it works? What if he fights for a woman but she doesn't really love him? She maybe appreciated the money he gave her, she appreciated the car he gave her, but she doesn't really love him. Will she start playing with his emotions? Will she start taking advantage of him? Will that be a happy man ever? So don't tell me it's like the only one side is making the choice, because I am making the choice. And if I met the person I used to love dearly, it's me making the choice, it's him making the choice, and it's me making the choice. If I met again the person I've loved dearly, it's him who is making the choice, and it's me who making the choice, because I may recognize he's not a dignified, not a true, not a honorable man, and I may never want to be with this person again. But I'm right to ask about my past. I'm right to ask why I was triggered with such a horrible psychological operations, that I didn't know where I stand, that I wanted to judge him. Maybe he was just perverted, looking for the call girls around the world, for the rich and filthy rich Freemasons and these governors traveling the world with business journeys and come party with us, come to my apartment, come party with us. So maybe he was deeply involved in PSYOP to find the call girls around the world for the military rotten perverts. So maybe he was a victim. Maybe he was a victim of this satanic circle of pit of the filth and abomination. Maybe he was a victim. Maybe he was raped in the coffin. Oh God, save him from that. But what I heard from K. Griggs about the PSYOPs in the military, raping them young Marines in the coffin, and it's not a joke, 4 hours interview with a lady who was working for the government in the charity organizations, in a big organizations she was working. She knew Bush's presidents in person. Maybe he was a victim of these operations. And there was this Freemasonic sign in his business card. Maybe he was a victim of these Freemasonry operations. And you tell me about women fighting for a man, show me where the men are. Because a real man, in my opinion, as I said, should be the voice for the voiceless, and the real woman should be the voice for the voiceless. If the woman doesn't want to be raped and have her children taken away, she shouldn't ever allow the rape of the cows, the rape of the cows, the rape of the cows, and taking away the babies, and taking away the babies, and taking away the babies. Is this a woman who is allowing and contributing the rape and torture of the cows and taking away the babies? Is this the lady? Why you take to all the women the ladies? Is this a lady? This is a woman? You first try to explain to me the definition who the man is, who the woman is, with the big M and the big W. And then you can tell to me who is fighting for whom. A woman who truly loves will protect his love. A man who truly loves will protect his love. Nobody will fight for each other beyond the borders of dignity and reason. Because if man is fighting for a woman who is playing with him, who is making jokes out of him and out of his emotions, he is fighting for the wrong thing. If the woman is fighting for the man who is not deserving her emotions, her true love, she's making the worst for herself. So the subtle, special, discreet matters of love, of a feeling of an excitement, of a attraction that may happen between the man and a woman, are really happening between them two, them both. And if they happen, both of them, as the time goes by and the truth reveals, they get to know, could this be a real love? could this be a real devotion? Could it be a real great relation on both sides? Or an egocentric play on one side and the love on the other side? Egocentric play on the other side and the love on one side? Because many times it's an ego play. If a man hands for a woman, if a man hands for a woman, he tries to buy her with gifts and stuff, believe me, it may not work for his happiness. If a woman fights for a man and tries to convince him to this romance, it won't work for her. Any sound mind realizes it. But if you talk about the men only having this choice to do, if you say that only man makes this choice, think twice. Think twice. Because I believe both make the choice. Either they make it or they don't. Either they find it right for themselves or they don't. And if you talk about this, all the power of the men, like in this rotten, filthy, disgraced and shamed in the world, free Dadam, Sonri, chauvinistic club of ritual disgrace. If you talk about this kind of chauvinism, of this mentally sick male entities who think that only man is in control, then show me where is the man. Because a true man, real man, a true woman, real woman, a lady, a gentleman, should have honor, character, moral class, to at least be the voice for the voiceless, for the silent, for the tortured, for the raped, and not just to drink a coffee with a milk of a raped cow who had her babies taken away and she was raped to the rest of her life, having her babies taken away the rest of her life and then killed brutally in a chauvinistic, rotten, disgraced, shamed, free Dadam misery. Jab Dadam sweet, satanic, creepy, rotten, mentally sick club of kind of fascist, chauvinistic club of disgrace, pit of the filth and abomination, shame. The real man, the real woman, if they ever exist, the real man, the real woman, if they ever exist, they are the men and women of an honor, class, moral class, and a voice for the voiceless and silent, and not the chauvinistic, rotten club of some wicked, insecure pricks, lying, raping, torturing, and drinking a coffee with the milk of the raped and tortured creature. Make the definition of a man and prove the men exist. And then you can talk about what a control he has over a woman. Cheers.